Shalom. Call Haloyam La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Kodash. Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai, Brakatah Rachak Kodash, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Kodash. Shalom and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elder bishops and the elders and the Akim and the Akwath of the hopeful elect. Shalom. Just want to go into a quick video entitled The Burden of Egypt. Now Esau, he has manifold burdens, that is plaguing him right now, and it's going to continue to increase until the Heavenly Father sends his right arm, aka Yahweh Shai, the Messiah, to return into this realm. It's going to represent two ends of the spectrum: salvation to the elect of Israel, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians, and judgment to the two-third wicked Israelites, and chiefly Esau Edom of the heathen that's ruling the earth right now in wickedness. In Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? That's that's whitewashing all. It's changing the images of the Most High Power, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, and the angels, and making the angels babies with wings, naked babies, in profanity and blasphemy, and change the skin tone of the Israelites, right? So he has a lot of burdens and plagues that awaits him for his wickedness against the Most High. So we'll start here in the book of Isaiah, chapter 19 and verse 1. And the top right there says message to Egypt. It's a message. So it says, the burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, rideth upon a swift cloud. Now we know when you look up there, you see the chariots, so-called UFOs, zipping around. That's swift, right? The chariots move very quickly, and they can move in any direction, in a circular motion, just like we look, turn around, that's how the angels are connected with those so-called UFOs, the chariots. They can zip around. And that's chiefly going to be when he returns, Yahweh Shai, in the cloud, and shall come into Egypt. So those chariots are going to come from the heavens, from the other dimension, right? And enter into this realm. Yahweh Shai leading the charge. And this Egypt is talking about modern day Egypt. Scripture speak about in Revelation, I think chapter 18, or is in Revelation for sure. That place is called, is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Spiritually Egypt and Sodom, because of the homosexuality, right? This is and Egypt means bondage. This is our modern day bondage, modern day Egypt, being ruled over by the modern day Pharaoh, which is right now headed by Trump. So he's a modern day Pharaoh right now, and shall come. And we know that the shadow government is they're the serpents, running things in the shadows. The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. And the heart of Egypt, meaning the mind of Egypt, shall melt in the midst of it, because people will be receiving judgment, right? And then they'll be worried about the Most High sending Yahweh Shai and the host of heaven, the angels of heaven, to come and judge this place, like in the movies you see, Independence Day with Will Smith, those types of movies. They call it quote unquote alien invasion, and that's why he has a thing called what? The Space Force. Trump started it back in his first term, and now everything is all and working. They have everything in place. They're going to try to fight. Foolishly going to try to fight the Messiah, and that's in the scripture as well. In 2nd Ezra chapter 13, it says, let's see, some precepts. Luke 21:16. And let me see. Yeah. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. That's not the precept I was looking for, though. That's not it. It's not the proper precept I was looking for. Salakia, give me one moment. Salakia, it was verse 26, Luke 21:26. Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. When they see the quote unquote alien invasion, they call it, right? That's extraterrestrial, spiritual bodies, the spiritual bodies that Yahushua has chiefly, and then the rest of the angelic angels, right? And that's the true invasion that Esau knows about. But he codes it in his foolishness and how he, profaned the depiction of our spiritual brothers, right? Our angelic brothers, headed by Yahushua. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And the chief powers right now is who? The Edomites, because this is their heaven. Everything's upside down, and the earth is in mourning, headed by the Israelites in mourning. So Isaiah 21 and verse 9. And behold, here cometh a chariot of men with a couple of horsemen, and he answered and said, Babylon is fallen, and all the graven images of her gods he hath broken into the ground. Because this place has idols and all over the place, these statues, these are graven images, and these and they idolize, these idols of these athletes, the Michael Jordan statues and the Kobe Bryant statues and Magic Johnson and Allen Iverson, all of these, all of this idolatry, and then the obelisk over there in Washington, all of the idols over there in Washington, with the big massive Abraham Lincoln sculpture, right? And then Mount Rushmore with the Edomite heads graven inside the mountain. So this place is all going to be destroyed. Let's see. Zechariah 5 and verse 3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. So to Esau, it's a curse, these chariots, because these chariots are harassing, righteously harassing Esau. The military has countless accounts that they have documented, of the so-called UFOs, the chariots, the angels, swarming around their military bases on land and sea and in the skies, when the fighter pilots, the Air Force pilots in their fighter jets, countless occasions, and they're terrified, right? That's a curse unto Esau, making them sweat until the day is just a foreshadowing of letting Esau know that they can't, that the most high, can't be messed with, right? And when the time and when the word is given to the to Yahushua and the angels to act, they'll be destroyed without a sweat, without breaking a sweat. It says, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, for every one that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. So, we know who the chief thief is. The chief thief. That's a new nickname I'll have for Esau, the chief thief. It was Esau Edom, the Edomites, the so-called white race, the chief thieves. Let's see. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side, according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side, according to it. Let's see. Verse 4. I will bring it forth, said the Lord Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. And that's Esau Edom. And into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And he claiming that, and he put his hand on the Bible and everything when swearing in to the presidency. And he's swearing falsely. And they do it with their left hand too. And you're not even supposed to swear, But Trump, he didn't do it this inauguration this time. He didn't do it. But, they're all devils. They swear falsely all the time. And they false religions, false denominations. That's man-made and not, not spiritual at all. It's of Satan and not the Most High. Let's see. In the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house. So the chariots are here. They're, like I said earlier, countless accounts of the chariots, so-called UFOs, sightings and, events that has occurred. Because the chariots have powered up nuclear plants and stopped nuclear and then powered it back down. It had Esau scrambling and they was terrified and screaming. And then he powered it, used the chariot. Most had the chariots power it back down. Let them know that he's in control of those nuclear missiles and not Esau. Esau shot one off, or maybe a few. I heard of an account where, now I seen a video, I don't know if that was real, but I'm pretty sure it may have been recorded too, but it accounts that the chariots, that Esau shot off a thermonuclear missile, and the chariot went up there by that warhead, the tip of it, which is where the power is at in the head. And then a laser beam shot into it, to disable that nuclear missile, and it fell down harmlessly to the ground. So, because it's not time yet for that. Until the Most High, appoint all of his prophecies come to pass. So that's why you have to be occupied in the prophecies and see where we at. See where we at according to the Bible, and see the events happening and seeing where we at in the movie of life that we live in the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the house of Slakia, being excited about it, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. So everything's going to get consumed in Babylon the Great America. Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. This is modern day Egypt. It's talking about Americans versus Americans. Civil War. It was a movie last year came out called Civil War. I still haven't seen the movie. I don't watch movies anymore, but been meaning to watch it. It's called Civil War. And that's the Egyptian versus Egyptian, in their house fighting. And you would know the Messiah says, Satan, if Satan be against Satan, that kingdom shall not stand, but have a certain end, right? A sure end. And we're at the end of Esau's kingdom, his forever. This is his last hurrah, his last rulership ever in the history of planet Earth, before he's taken down permanently. He was just wounded for a little season, that fourth beast of Rome, right? And they got rebirthed. And just look at the story of the movie of life during the Renaissance. Renaissance means rebirth. It's a French word that means rebirth. So that wound, he was wounded, but he was healed through America. Rome being the Roman rulership structure of the Senate, and electing a leader, a head, with the Senate, the Congress today, right? Like ancient Rome, like ancient Rome was, and that was the first time rulership it was ever ruled like that. Of any heathen rulership, it was always kings, and then their sons stepped into their stead when they, died. So let's see. Isaiah 19:2. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother. So, they're fighting against one another. all the heathen nations on the earth hate them, and they're coming up against them, and then they even fighting within themselves. So Esau, terror shall take hold of him the scriptures say terror shall take hold of him on all sides, on every side, and that's what's happening. And everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So if he enemies with his own self, it'd be a crazy sight to see someone punching himself, right? Punching himself. That's exactly what Esau is doing. He's fighting his own self. So, but our people are still foolish and still looking to this man for some kind of semblance of mercy and reconciliation and recompense, and reward, foolishly. But they're slowly waking up, but still, so many are still just got their mind set on Egypt. Ecclesiasticus 14 and verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. He is not taking pleasure in all his goods. Are people looking for him to be good to them when he's not even good to his own self? First, get yourself in order, right? Then you can help somebody else. But if you're not helping your own self, hurting yourself, destroying yourself, how can you help anyone else? That makes zero sense. Our people are just, lost. Then they're proud when you try to tell them about this beast. Second Ezra 13 and verse 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. And that's from America, Egyptian against Egyptian, American versus American, Babylonian versus Babylonian, and then it spread outward. They fighting all other nations as well. This is the burden of Egypt, burden of the so-called white man. He got hell to pay. He's brought a lot of hell. His desire is, let's get that right quick. I believe it's, let's see, Habakkuk 2 and 3. Or verse 5. Let's see, yeah, verse 5. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, and that's his false philosophies and lies that got our people getting proud against us for bringing out the truth and all the heathen nations. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, because the Most High divided all of our lands by inheritance, by a lot. We have borders, but he crosses everybody's borders and take their stuff, their resources, and create a narrative that these people that they're killing and destroying, they create a narrative saying that they're evil when they're actually just going in there and just violently taking people's houses, taking people's resources, and chiefly the Israelites, because they took us out of our homeland. They took us from the west coast of Africa after we migrated from Israel around 70 AD, escaping Roman persecution. And then they've taken our land now. They broke down our temple, and they took our land, and now calling themselves the little hat people, right? The Ish folks. It's pure madness. It's just pure filth and just pure chaos that's been going rampant. This beast is just a filthy vessel, just crapping everywhere you go, destroying everything. Everything turned upside down. It says he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, and who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. You see, he's heaped all people unto himself over here in Babylon the Great. That's why it's called Babylon the Great. All nations literally are over here. That's why it's a Chinatown and every other nation, town, whatever, they got their little areas everywhere throughout every major city. The Babylon the Great, Great Confusion. Okay, and so, did I get that already? Oh yeah, I got that, okay. Now going back to Isaiah 19 and 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. And we just read that in Luke 21 and 26. The spirit, that's the mind, that's the heart. Heart's failing them, and then they mind and spirit failing. So this is a hell of a burden the Most High is bringing upon this beast because the Most High is not in any of their thoughts, only wickedness. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. So that's double whammy. Just caught that in the spirit. It's not just their mind, but their spirit. They about to be letting you know that not just their because they're fighting. See in verse see as the spirit coming to me right there. We read that in verse 2, Egyptians against Egyptians. So they're gonna be physically destroying each other bodies, in war and civil war. And then in verse 1, their mind is being destroyed by knowing a judgment's coming down. And then when they see the Messiah return in all his glory with the chariots, their mind being destroyed, and then their spirit is failing because people are coming to the realization that this place is almost done. So they being destroyed on 3 levels. Wow, it's in the spirit. So 3 levels that that they being the Most High is thoroughly breaking down the so-called white man, so-called white race. Physically fighting, and then wars with other nations, and then their minds and their spirits, because people are posting all over TikTok and social media about how they're done, and they're just so exhausted, and they're through. They're just done physically. They're done spiritually and mentally. And that's the what's that word? The methodical breakdown of Esau Edom at every level, and then also his money, financially, medically, everything, man. Economically, it's crazy. It's a beautiful, a symphony of destruction the Most High is bringing upon this devil. That could be a lesson. Yahweh's symphony of destruction upon Esau, upon Chief Thief. But so reading on, let me see. Where was I at? Okay. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, going into their so-called wisdom, their think tanks, of the shadow of government, Lucifer, the Illuminati, the so-called light bearers, but they bring in darkness, like Charlie, Dave Chappelle skit, the darkness is spreading. That's what the Edomites do. Darkness is spreading with the Edomites. Nothing but satanic wickedness, but spiritual darkness. And I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. You see, they seek after Satan, and not the Most High. I did a video a couple years ago about when Vladimir Putin, when the World War III was underway, with beginning with Ukraine and fighting America through Ukraine as well. Minors, little scuffle. There was an article came out that Putin was seeking after shamans. These are witches and warlocks. That deal directly with Satan as well. Because Esau has his witches and warlocks, and those that have familiar spirits. That's what they seek after. Satan and not the Most High. America do that as well. They all do. They're of Satan and not the Most High. Let's see, from there, Jeremiah 49. And verse 7. Prophecy against Edom. It says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Most High Power Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? And we know that Esau, Teman was supposed like the capital of their supposed, wise men. So, wherever they consult for their information and their wisdom and their knowledge that they have to try to put forth their evil, wicked deeds and plans and plots, the Most High is destroying it. That's why that man of sin is being revealed, the son of perdition. And everyone is seeing through his madness, his BS now. He's getting his spell casting is getting weaker and weaker. Like he got a wand to cast a spell. Used to be very strong, but now that wand is flickering on and off. It's getting weaker and weaker, and the people are starting to see that he's full of it, full of satanic debauchery. Oh, hold on, let me go back. Jeremiah 49:7. Now verse 8. Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. And that's what's going on right now. His calamity is coming down. He's falling down from his high horse and from his high tree, and hitting every branch on the way down. Everybody's watching it, hitting every single branch on the way down. It's going to be a very ugly fall. It is the fall is ugly as we're seeing it. Obadiah 1:8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? And I believe it's Luke 10:18. It's being destroyed, at every level, as we spoke about, as mentioned earlier. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. It's a swift fall. It's long drawn out, but it's still, he's falling fast. He's quickly hitting every branch, falling. Isaiah 19:4. Isaiah 19:4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord. And that's right now, it's Trump. And a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, the Lord Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai of hosts. So everybody's all kind of chaos and madness going on that's intensified since Trump got into office. The little Nazi boys coming out, recording videos across social media and saying the N-word on a bridge or a highway, putting up Nazi signs over a bridge overpass over a highway. I believe it was over a highway. And then they saying, the nigger word, with the hard ER on the end. Just pure madness. And people are mourning and crying and complaining about Trump, all this madness happening since he got in office. We said it was going to get intensified, right? And Trump is the man, as we prophesied, that's going to really, it's going to be at the head and helm of World War III against Putin. Let's see, verse 5. And the water shall fail from the sea, and the river shall be wasted and dried up. And it's the Most High doing it, because what does water do? Rivers do water the ground, and that's for what? The nourishment of the soil to produce the fruit and food and agriculture, right? And that goes into famine. Let's see, let's go to Isaiah 51:10. Art thou not it which hath dried the sea, the waters of the great deep, that hath made the depths of the sea a way for the ransom to pass over? This is referencing, the Israelites coming out of that first Exodus out of Egypt and the Passover. It's the Most High that dries up all the water. People just thinking that it just happening randomly. It's the Most High doing it. No matter, nothing happens in this realm without the Most High sanctioning it. That's a heck of a process, plague the Most High put in to the earth to make the water dry up, and that'll have a domino effect of creating a famine. Let's see, Jeremiah. Is it Jeremiah? Yeah, 51 and verse 34. Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, hath devoured me. And we know the modern day Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon the Great is Trump. And he's just a sock puppet for the shadow government. Let's see. Excuse Salaki. It says, Slaki. He said, he hath crushed me. He hath made me an empty vessel. He hath swallowed me up like a dragon. And that's that dragon in Revelation. That red dragon. He hath filled his belly with my delicates. He hath cast me out. So that's Esau destroying the Israelites, Verse 35. The violence done to me and to my flesh be upon Babylon. So, that's the burden of Babylon. Shall the inhabitant of Zion say, to me and to my flesh be upon Babylon, shall the inhabitant of Zion say, see, the Israelites, Esau has destroyed us. And our blood is on his hands, right? He has our blood on his hands. That's part of that major burden. And my blood upon the inhabitants of Chaldea shall Jerusalem say. So Babylon and Chaldea, the wise man, quote unquote, so-called wise man that the Most High destroying the wisdom of Teman. The wise, so-called wise counselors of Babylon the Great, from the little hats that the shadow government that runs the society today. Verse 35. Verse 36. Therefore, thus saith the Most High Power, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, behold, I will plead thy cause and take vengeance for thee. So judgment and vengeance is of the Lord. So we have patience. We suffer this mess, right? Patiently suffer. And I will dry up her sea and make her springs dry. And the Messiah said, if this was my kingdom, my servants will fight. So we just wait for the Most High Power, Yahweh, to send Yahweh Shai, our Messiah, to fight for us and redeem us out of this hell, this pit that we're in, this perpetual pit that we're in, because it will be a perpetual pit until we're saved, because we can't. Esau, he's too advanced militarily, right? He's too advanced. We can't do anything. We just pray here all the day long. We're behind enemy lines, but our people want to build behind enemy lines, thinking that this is our rest, when this is not our place of rest. This is our place of punishment and chastening for a season. But our people trying to make a permanent home behind enemy lines. We're prisoners of war. And they're trying to make a home as a prisoner. It's foolishness. What prisoner want to have a home permanently inside of a jail, right? But our people too silly to know. They proud. That's why I call them that, because they proud when you try to tell them something. You can't talk to Jake. They arrogant and full of debate. Let's see. Verse 37. And Babylon shall become heaps. Did I finish verse 36? Let me see. Therefore, thus saith the Most High Power, Yahweh, behold, in the name of Yahweh Shai, behold, I will plead thy cause and take vengeance for thee, and I will dry up her sea and make her springs dry. And it's going to that famine. And Babylon shall become heaps and dwelling places for dragons. And that we spoke, and I believe it's in Isaiah 13 and in Revelation, I believe. Yeah, those desert creatures, because that's the thermonuclear missiles going to turn this place into a desert, and then desert creatures will inhabit Babylon the Great for eternity after that, forever after that, because this place is going to be gone, wiped off the map for eternity. And Babylon shall become heaps, a dwelling place for dragons, and astonishment, and then hissing without inhabitants. See, unless no one's going. An inhabitant is a person that inhabits that land, so there's not going to be one over here in Babylon the Great, meaning it's going to be destroyed, right? Verse 38, that's it, I think. Yeah. Now, Luke 21 and 11. Do I want to get 21 and 11? Yeah. Luke 21 and verse 11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines. That's that drying. That's what that drying up of that water is going to create. And pestilences and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. That's what's going on. Isaiah 19 and verse 15. 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. You see, there's people making videos, complaining and screaming about no work, not being able to get a job, having to go through a million interviews for one job, and then they don't get the job. And he started going crazy inside of the car when he was recording and screaming. That's Egypt. The Most High is drying up the jobs, along with the waters and the oceans, creating that famine, and then it's going to create a famine of finances as well for these people. People are losing more and more, income because the Most High is doing it. Because wickedness can't thrive for eternity. You got to be crazy to think wickedness and filth is the norm. It's just a temporary plague upon the earth, and that's what they are. They're a plague that must be uprooted. Let's see, Isaiah 9 and 14. Therefore, the Lord Yahweh Shai will cut off from Israel head and tail, branch and rush in one day. See, as we received that judgment first, and he used the Babylonians to do it, and then Babylon's going to happen. What you sow, you're going to also reap. Galatians 6 and 7 through 8. What you sow, you're going to reap. So the Most High did that to us as our punishment for being wicked against him, right? And we just read, and he used the sword, his sword. Esau is his sword right now. That was punishing us, that the Most High used to punish us. And then he's returning the favor upon against the Edomites now, doing the same exact thing. Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And that's what's going on. This place is being found empty now. All of the retail apocalypse, all of these retail stores has been prominently known and a staple and cornerstone of the economy here and the retail here. Like Payless and all these places, going under. Macy's falling. That's a part of that. These sown places being unsown, and that's by the Most High. That's the judgment from the Lord. Isaiah 19 and verse 16. In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai of hosts, which he shaketh over it. You see, and that's going to culminate all those plagues, the burdens and plagues, the Most High bringing upon them, and then this is the end result, that war and these men, Edomites, going to become like women, not wanting to fight. You see, so and then going to Jeremiah 51 and 30. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. And who's their mighty men? Their soldiers. They're the military. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They're getting nervous and scared. And they're going to be getting more and more afraid. They have remained in their holds. Their might hath failed. They became as women. They have burnt her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. Because this place is done. It's through. Most High has broken it down all the way. So that's the burdens, in place coming upon Egypt, the so-called white man, as the Most High, break them down mentally, spiritually, and physically, and every level of the society, economy, and stuff, until he destroy them and wipe them out permanently. So with that being said, I hope this video was edifying. The water to the Rachakadosh Bashem. Yahweh Shai for another video. Till the next video I say, Shalom.